Hello. How are we doing today? How's it going? How's it going? Okay. Cool. Welcome in. It is another live stream. We are gonna go for it. My OBS is a little bit weird right now. Let's see. Maybe this is better. Either way, how's it going, everybody? What's up? Hoping to get 80 plus on Maroon. Good luck. We shall see. Gonna be decently long stream, I guess. We got 14 red slings, 6 maroon slings, and a green sling. Or 21, about average. I'm doing well. I've been sick a little bit, so you're gonna hear me sniffle a lot. And I also worked my first job this morning, so we're now here. This is my second job. But this is awesome. I look forward to qualifying everybody. Let's get a good stream going. Hi, Maples. You lost your green sling video. Yeah, I think everyone got sick. At least everyone around me. Maybe that's my fault. But yeah, no camera today. My wife's gonna be walking around in the background. Diddle doesn't want to be on camera. I'm cool with it. So it's just gonna be the scorecard in the video. But yeah, everyone got the same thing. Basically, it attacked the throat first, and then nasal drip for like a week. Energy levels super low. Energy levels been the worst part, man. Definitely been drinking a bunch of water. Just trying to stay strong. So we're gonna wait a couple minutes, get people in here, and then we'll make the stream happen. I've been super excited about the Rocket League, all the attention going toward Rocket League. Jinxie started playing, then he started collabing with all the Rocket League pros. That's definitely my esport of choice. So if anyone's out there playing Rocket League, shout out. Love that game. You ordered a new NGA rifle. It's lime green. It looks sick. Oh, I got man, this is gonna be cool stuff coming in the next month. I'll tell you what. The first thing, I got the new stock for the Constantine Wilson Award, and we're getting an engraved trigger plate now. So we're gonna have the Constantine Wilson Award. Will be opening up at the end of this month, probably March through April, with the winner being announced in late April, and can pick up the rifle in Daytona. So that's gonna be tight. I also am waiting to hear back from. Well, I booked a gym at a high school. I want to host an event on July 11th. So let me see if I can. If they've gotten back to me. If that happens, there'll be a Drill Dojo event on July 11th in Florida. But nothing yet, but Drill Dojo Invitational, it's coming. Mark your calendars, July 11th. As long as the venue gets approved, we're good to go. You're stick 3, but yeah, the NJ rifle stocks can they can take a minute. It's just Isabel. Music too loud or music just right? Let me know if the music's too loud. We'll get going here in just a minute. It is comp season. Okay, cool. All right, so while you guys are all here, here's my schedule. I'll be with Lake Mary High School as a coach slash instructor. I guess instructor. I should just own the label. I'm a long-term sub as Lake Mary. So Lake Mary's going to Lake Howell this weekend, so I'll be there. Then they're going to States, but I won't be at States. So good luck at Spoto. Then I'm going to Colorado, Fountain Fort Carson on March 14th. Then should be going to Navy Nationals on the 27th and 28th. After that, looks like Air Force Academy in April 11th. If you're going to that meet, I should be at that one. Followed by Rocky Mountain Classic on the 25th. And, of course, Army Nationals / Daytona Nationals on Nationals Drill Weekend. So that is my competitive schedule. If you're hoping to meet me, that's where I'll be for vending with Drill Dojo and Glendale. The stocks, if you're ordering New Guard America black, white, and brown stocks, they'll come from Texas. If you're ordering the colored ones from New Guard USA, they're going to come from Washington, D.C. I would recommend not spray painting the NGAs. I feel like it ruins the texture, and texture is like 90% of what makes them wonderful. Yeah, I'll see you at Nats. All right. We're going to jump in. We're going to go bottom to top, and we're going to run through this. Like I said, I woke up at 5:30 this morning to get ready for job number 1. So I won't be rushing things along, but I'm a little bit tired. Hydro dipping an NGA could work. I mean, it could work. People have done it, but let me put it this way. I've never seen a hydro dip stock in the finals round at WDC. You feel me? I think it's cool for the aesthetic. I've seen some really cool ones. I just don't think they hold up very well. I think the second you drop it, that hydro dipping kind of falls apart. And while they're cool, I don't think they stay cool for super long. How's it going? Welcome into stream. A little bit earlier than usual in the month. But what we're doing here is we're resetting kind of our timeline. So that way, the goal is to have like kind of a mid-ish April, early April stream to get ready for Daytona so you guys can have your slings by the time Daytona rolls around. Yeah, there's all sorts of red tape around all these really cool stuff people made. The Velcro slings, too, have been a little bit of a... Some SOPs have specified you can't use the Velcro slings and such. And it's just some people don't like change, and that's okay. Eventually, people who do like change get in charge. Hey, Dan. You haven't forgotten about getting green. Just took an extended break due to weather, healing injuries, personal life stuff. Hope to get back at it in mid to late March. No worries, man. I mean, once you hit green, you're kind of staring black right in the face, right? So once you get green, blue is the big hurdle. And I do remember you getting maroon, being like, I'll never get green. And now we're kind of staring green in the face. So how close are you going to get to the end here? You know what I mean? I look forward to it. Oh, nice to see SE is doing a bunch of stuff. All right, let me hop into this. Yeah, I mean, blue sling is like generally harder for people, but black sling is kind of like, show me what you got. What's your specialty? Like, you know, where have you put your time and energy? And I really like that about the sling qualifications. All right, we will start at the bottom, January 30th. Ashton Leon submitted a video. Ashton, good luck. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I'll have to find that later. All right. That was good. No penalty. Also good, no penalty. Great start. I'll take it, no penalty. Good. Good. That was really smooth. Ashton, I think this is going to make it. All right, hand open, hand not pinned by the side. No biggie. Very good. Very smooth. I like it. A little bent over at the body, and then hand pin got lost at the very end there. Ashton, nothing to worry about. You're going to pass flying colors, no tenure. Good to go. All right, Ashton. Let me make sure this is clear. That's going to be past live stream. We move to Aiden O'Brien. Aiden, good luck. Oh, I feel like I need the glasses with this one. It's like the exact kind of blurry that comes with glasses. Like needing to put on contacts or something. That was good. I think hand pin. Yeah. Let's take a look at hand pin there. Little open, little out by the side. Probably heels maybe. They kind of look like they're moving a lot. No penalty though. Good. All right. The good news is that you only get the one penalty. The bad news is it's a major. It's called raptor calling. So right here, when you're kind of afraid, you're trying to get your hand out the way too fast, you kind of keep it up by the chest, and you look up looking like a T-Rex. Okay? It's called raptor calling, but you look like a T-Rex, right? Make sure that hits that hand pin instead. Otherwise, pretty good. 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 You need that hand pin to be a little bit tighter into your side. So it ended up trailing in front of your body, which feels natural, but isn't going to look right. All right, that was a great toss. You're going to lose 1 point on the secondary adjustment and the hand pin not being tight. Excuse me. Good. You're going to lose 1 point on kind of the secondary grabbing motion in order to keep it steady. Okay. You're going to lose 1 point on catch angle. All right. Let's take a look. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was hoping it would be at 10. I feel you're ready to start working on the next stuff. It's definitely that major that's going to take it and put this into tenure category. So you got tenure. So you have to submit next month. You're definitely ready to start working maroon sling tricks. But, you know, fix any one of the small issues or definitely the big issue. Hand pins are going to be killer moving forward. So I would recommend actually instead of this one, get rid of all the rest of them. If you get rid of all the rest of them, you're still good. Let's see. Let's catch up here. Yeah, dust of life never settles. That's something I learned. um, I've been doing so. I'm instructing a Navy unit, and so as part of their curriculum, they have to do competitive push-ups and sit-ups. And I've been doing my push-ups with my cadets in cadence, and that's been excellent for upper body strength. No black sling today. Fling golf, okay, excellent. No, once the stream starts, I no longer review. I just kind of run with what I got, so it'll have to be for the next stream, which will be like mid-March. It won't be too bad. It's too late. To do 3 tricks away, pretty close. Oh, I've always had glasses. I've worn contacts since 7th grade. So yeah, it's been a part of my daily life since forever. I always wanted to get LASIK, and then as soon as I had the money to afford LASIK, I kind of guessed everything and second thought everything, and I was like, maybe I'll just stick with my contacts for now. Green is actually the one I struggled with the most when I was building the curriculum. I think green requires the most mastery of awkward skills, where blue requires the most mastery of like the basics. Scariest blue sling trick. Depends on the person. Most people would probably say triple OTH, but not for me. I don't know. I'll have to look at the curriculum. So it's definitely one of the pick 3s that I never do. Probably double J hook, actually. Double J hooks are very scary. Because if you miss it, definitely hits the back. No requests right now. I'm just going to go in order. Yeah, I only wear glasses like late at night or very rare occasions when my eyes are hurting. Contacts, definitely. Glasses always have like a refractory thing. It kind of scares me. All right, Cody. Cody's up next. Good luck, Cody. Good, no penalty. Good. Let me check handpin. I think handpin's good. Yeah, this is very good. Let me make sure this still stay well. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it still showed up in frame. That was good. A little bit of a lean over. And then just a little bit adjustment of the step. It looked like a loss of balance that just kind of caused a wobble. Good. Nice recovery, but it was indeed a recovery. For the moderate for hitting the side, and it kind of came off at the angle there. Slight lean, not enough to penalize, just enough to be aware of. That one's going to be catch angle, a little bit at the angle there. That trick is going to be so much less than most people think. Anyways, Cody, congratulations. Easy pass. You're in there. Pass Livestream. Next up is Jax. We'll do 3 and then catch up on chats. Good luck, Jax. I love orange stocks. Little bit of catch angle. It kind of wobbled back and forth. Good. 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 Okay. Hand pin. I can see your hand was wide open. This thing has been stripped of all weight. Definitely want to know how much this weighs. Hand pin. Okay. Moderate on the step out. Moderate on the catch angle. All right. What do we think this thing weighs, right? So we have Naraya bolt, no butt plate, skinny stock, stripped metal parts, no sling. I definitely want to know. 2, 4, 6, 7. Not like a dig. I mean, they're fun to like spin with, but I need to know for if I need to update my Drill Dojo qualification like requirements, because the Raya bolts weigh so little. But Jax, this is gonna pass. No need for tenure, so you're good to go. Oh, one more. Robert, you're up. Good luck. Good. 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 I love when dogs wander into the background. Very strong. Very good. All right. Hand kept very close to the chest. I'm going to take that major penalty. Definitely don't be so scared of it, right? You got the space to hand pin. Definitely use that time. Good. I'm really strong right shoulder toss, actually. A little over-guided. You definitely want to trust a little bit more. Very strong. Awesome. Robert, this was great. Pass, no tenure. 95. All right. How's chat doing? So I have spun with aviators at Nats, and that was because he was part of the Coast Guard uniform. It's definitely a quote-unquote good idea, and it's a good idea because maybe not at the high school level, certainly not at the high school level, but at the world's level, especially if you don't have like the fiercest looking eyes, and I don't, the glasses help obscure that. Now the bad part is that, oh boy, you can't see anything. You cannot see anything. So good luck with that, right? Whenever I decided like I wanted to go back to the aviators, I decided against it. They're awful to spin with in the Ocean Center. Black ceilings, and then you're going to wear something to darken the black ceilings. Yeah, it's rough. 7 pounds. I want to see it on a scale because I want to know... I want to see it on a scale. That's what I want to know. Like an exact measurement. Cool. Let's go to Dominic. On one of those like luggage scales, right? I want to know if it's like 6.8 or 6.9 or 7.1. I really want to... Because everything's got... Naraya was working on a project a little while ago where he was trying to figure out what each individual part of each individual thing weighed so that you could use a rifle builder to like determine how much something weighed and what you want to spin with, right? So if you're trying to like make a build that's exactly 7.5 pounds, you know, what is that going to look like, right? But that takes time, and he just hasn't done it. All right, Dominic, good luck. All right, starting with the one that makes you a little uncomfortable. You're going to take the hand pin. I'm going to assume the hand's open behind your back. And then off to the side. Good. Slight angle on the catch there. All right, loss of momentum. And then a little stutter step. Like awkward footwork is what I'll say it is. Good. Good. Okay. We got a small stutter step. Early loss of handpin. Yeah, just a little early loss of handpin. Good. Good. I feel like the handpin's like lagged in front of the body just a little bit. Just pay attention to that. Not enough to trigger a penalty, but enough to make it not perfect. That's another thing on the OTH. Definitely a small flinch in the body. Not enough to trigger a penalty. Just something to be aware of. Okay, little stutter step. Good recovery, though. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's rough. That's the second one that's 89. Just pick something to kind of hone in. Everything was just a little bit off, so definitely I think handpin's probably the easiest one. The stutter steps, actually. You take out the stutter steps, it gets you well within the 90. So Dominic, you're going to pass today, but you're going to pass with tenure. So I will be seeing you next month for sure, for sure. Congratulations, though. Still, a pass is a pass. Nathaniel Harris, good luck. Good, no penalty. I should have caught this in the preview. I don't accept submissions, and we're going to play this one out simply because we're here. But if you're watching it, you got to have closed-toed shoes. I just wasn't looking when I did the previews. All right, stutter step on the way out, and then we have a penalty that'll be coming. Let's see. Rifle precision. I don't remember what I would call it. So starting a trick and then starting over. I make sure that's kind of what I saw here. Yeah. Where is it? Maybe we'll call it like secondary adjustment. I'm expecting it to be like a moderate, where like it's not the core critical component of the trick that's redone, but like. Okay, well, let's call it excessively awkward adjustments during the setup of tricks. I think that's fair. Good. Okay, that's fine. Which hand pin? Okay. Not enough trigger penalty. Hand pin is just loose and just like not pinned to the side. It's very close. Definitely want to pay attention to that in the future. Good. A little angle off. Felt that was angled a little in front of your head. Excuse me. Good. I think hand pin a little bit loose there. Okay, a little bit awkward on the catch there. Kind of lost momentum. I think that, yeah, we're going to do a moderate there. It's definitely overly guided into place. Kind of slows down and then kind of like hits the back of the body and kind of bend out of the way. We'll do a moderate. All right, hold. It looks like we're heading toward a tenure. So on the next run, hold that position just a tad bit longer. Excuse me. Because I can't tell if it kind of pulls you off balance or not. I'm going to give it to you, though. All right, yeah. 1 point there on hand pin. It kind of wobbles back and forth. Is that everything? All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So you're going to be your third 89 today. Definitely score of the day. Oh, this was a tenure break. 87. Let me reevaluate that hand pin here. Really make sure that I want to count it. Yeah, no, I gotta. Because it's loose, and then it's like, yeah, I could see right through it, and then it just kind of like wobbles before heading back in front. All right, so you're at 89, an improvement of 2. Not bad. Nathaniel, he did not break tenure today. I don't have a thing for that, so I'm just going to put it under here. But I'll see you in the next stream. You're 1 point away. That was a much bigger improvement. I think really focus in on that hand pin. It's just a tad bit loose. All right. All right, checking with chat. We're going in order today. I don't want to break it. But we'll go quick. Colton, you're up. Good, no penalty. Good. Well, this is going to be quick. No penalty. Good. Okay, hand pin a little off. Good. 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 All right, stutter step coming up on the heels for the throw. Good. Colton, easy pass. Very strong qualification. Gwilyn, you're up next. There we go. Oh, is this is just in the wrong place, huh? White sling. Never mind. You're good to go. All right, Cahill. You're actually up. Interesting. That's like the opposite problem of the other hand pin thing. Yeah, so instead of raptor clawing, you like raptor clawed behind the back, which is super interesting. Got a little loss of balance. Good. I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone reverse raptor claw. Okay, a little overguided. All right. Hold on, was that the double? No, okay. I don't know what I thought I saw. That's the double. Okay. Little secondary grab at the left hand there. All right, hand pin. Oh, I lost the spot. Hand pin, moderate distance away and wide open. Catch came in a little bit awkward too. I'm going to say that's a moderate. Okay, a little secondary adjustment on the second part of the catch there. Good. Good. Very nice. Okay, good. I'd like to see the hand pin a little off to the side there. Somewhere along the seam of your pants or straight down. And then I can see right through the hand pin as well. So make sure that the hand pin has a little bit more structure to it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 85. Congratulations, that's going to pass. Cahill, you are Red Sling certified. You are Red Sling certified with tenure, so that means you're going to have to resubmit to get a score above 90. But you are officially Red Sling certified. Well done. All right, Jeremiah. Good luck. Okay, little off angle. All right. I'm gonna take a moderate. The rifle was really wobbly. It's really weird. That's kind of like me guessing, but like the rifle kind of wobbling, the catch not coming in quite right. We're just gonna do a moderate to kind of cover the spread there. Good. The rifle stuff, excellent. But your hand pin over on this side, check that out. Your hand's wide open, and it's... Yeah, it's gonna have to be a major distance away. If it was just here, I think I would give you moderate, but the fact that it comes up there as well, you're gonna have to go for the major. To watch that hand pin especially. Good. Little angle? No, it's fine actually. Alright, not bad. You're not gonna pick up the hand pin major here. But you do need to find the hand pin at some point. So you're going to take... I'm going to say minor. Close to moderate, but minor. Okay, hand pin there. Definitely want to find a structured place for it. We'll say moderate distance away. Hand wide open. Alright, so I can see right through the hand pin there. So that's number one. Number two is not going to get you a penalty, but just make sure I would move my hand a little bit higher up so the rifle swings a little bit further behind your back, but not bad. Alright, trust it. This hand's got to do something other than waiting for it. So you're going to take kind of the same penalty you've been taking, which is like not kind of the hand not being where it needs to be. Let's specify C-set, shoulder roll from half beat. Okay. Not C-set, but... Alright, your half beat's also off. I'm going to take 2 points off for that. Yeah, so you see that, like, that kind of causes that pace change. Make sure you go back to the fundamentals here. Doing a proper half beat's going to make that pace steady all the way throughout. It's definitely not, like, bad. It's just not as good as it could be. Right? Alright, hand pin open. Hand pin kind of all over the place. Not bad otherwise. Okay, a little tap. Like it didn't come into the hands evenly. Let's take a look. 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, you are very close to being ready. It's a lot of hand pin stuff, though. Lot of hand pins. Okay. Just get your hand pins together, and I'll see you next month. Adam, you're up. You finally made it. Let's jump right in. I'm not even going to check chat. I'll just make sure you can get it. Okay, good. Good. It's good. I think your hand pin is really tight, and I really like that. Let me just make sure the rifle isn't like... Okay, so it should be kind of... Yeah, you're going to take the penalty for the rifle swinging along the wrong axis for that. You haven't want the rifle to stay in the plane it starts in. And what's happening is that if you look at the bolt handle kind of deal, it's like going all over the place. So OTH angle right there. Good hand pin, good pivot. Good turn. No penalty. Good. 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 Handpin came out just a little bit, but otherwise, I think that was pretty solid. Yeah. One for the handpin being out, the other for your fingers kind of opening. Good. A little tap tap on the rifle, so your hands didn't catch at the same time. Okay, you'll take the secondary adjustment for the trick and then rifle spinning along the wrong axis. Let me make sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell in video. Alright, should we sling forward? And then should we sling backward? Yep, okay, so it's wrong axis there. All right, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Adam, congratulations. 91. You are ready for Maroon Sling. No tenure. Good to go. All right, let's check in with chat. All right. Sick. Yeah, that was really well done. Super solid. Did you submit at all? Are you under tenure at all? Was that your first submission? Yeah, first submission. Sick. And your last submission was Orange Sling in November. So that's pretty good progress. You're on a really good pace. All right, Justin. Justin, good luck. All right, heads up on this one. There's like a neurological tick. I don't know what it is, but he just makes some like sudden motions. So just be aware that that's, yeah. Very solid. No penalty. Good. Good. Really solid. Little loss of balance. It's not a big deal. Very nice. Very nice. This is super solid. Yep, no penalty. I can tell a lot of work's gone into this qualification. It's really cool to see. I think heels off the ground? Yeah, just a little bit. Handpin super solid. Rifle stay. Yeah, very good. Very nice. Cool. Yeah, 98. Super easy. Justin, congratulations. Red sling without breaking a sweat. All right. Aiden, you're up. This will close out our red sling certifications. All right, little bit uncommitted to a stop there. Definitely want to stop at a good angle. Okay, catch by the sling. I'm going to take a moderate there. Rifle on wrong axis. You're going to take that moderate there. Good, no penalty. All right, little loops on a hand pin and a little bit of a pace change. All right. Yeah. You'll want to work a better recovery for that too. I felt that didn't work out super well. Just passing it from hand to hand. Okay, good. Wearing a hat kind of helps with OTHs too, because you're just guaranteed not to be able to see. Good. All right, very close. You're going to take the penalty for hand being open, hand being away from the side. And a little bit awkward on the catch there. This is my pace change. Okay. We're going to do heels off the ground. Stutter step. Hand pin open and hand pin not pinned. And the hand pin stuff I'm marking for Mike here. All right. Good. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's an 85. Congratulations, Aiden. You have qualified with tenure at the score of 85. Well done. That brings us to our 6 maroon sling individuals. Yes, I'm going by sling color. Yeah, tenure means that you need to... Yep, you guys all understand it. I love that. Thank you so much. Here's the kicker, though. Tenure resets April 1st. So after April 1st, in the April stream, all tenure goes away. And you can just submit for your highest level. 2 reasons for that. Number 1, I'm going to be seeing a lot of you guys in Daytona. So I want you guys to kind of have your highest sling qualification for Daytona. But number 2, I don't have enough time to do all the qualifications I want to do in Daytona. So giving you guys the opportunity to make sure that you guys can get your sling levels beforehand helps me out a lot too. Because I'm running events now. I'm running a booth now. I'll be potentially bringing a team of people. Tons of little stuff. So every April 1st resets. And that's also because I want seniors to be able to graduate with their highest level sling. You know, that goes in shadow boxes. They even wear it as like stoles, like graduation stoles and stuff. So that's the reason for that. So basically, when I say tenure goes away in April, basically it doesn't even count for March. So in March, you just get the score you get. If you think about it a little too hard. Anyways, yeah, we got 67th stream coming up next month. What a time. 67 months ago, 6-7 wasn't a meme. So, we're going to do Willy Wang. Submitted January 29th. Maroon Slings certification. Go, no penalty. Very good. Very good. super solid. Willie's very good. I have no idea where he came from, but I could tell from like early submission. He's very good. Good. Very nice. Very nice. I generally, for side tosses though, don't like when you like face it. So I'm gonna take off a major for that. But I need to make that really, really clear and specify it on the curriculum stuff. Very nice. Excellent. Really strong back ninja, actually. Okay. A little loss of balance, but pretty good. Willie, congratulations. Maroon sling. Qualified. No big deal. No tenure. Good to go. Pass live stream. Shane, you're up. Oh, that got me. Jump scare. All right. I think my threshold for major here is going to be 45 degrees or more, and that's not 45. So let me double check. 40 degrees. Oh, it's got to be a major. Good. Good. All right. You missed every handpin, and heels came off the ground, but both of those were very subtle. But every single handpin was like not in place. So definitely want to take a look at that. That was pretty good. I'll give you this this Centino. Okay, yeah, you're going to take the moderate penalty for rifle spinning on wrong axis. Good. Good. Oh. All right, Kiwi grab is good. So that's going to be after... We'll call that large secondary adjustments after the trick. Yeah. Good. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 90 out of 100. Congratulations. No tenure, a perfect grade to just move on. You love to see it. All right, Gavin, you're up. And then I'll be checking in on chat. So if you have any questions or anything of that nature, let me know. Good. Good. All right, on the angle here, I'm going to have to do moderate. It's a pretty steep angle. I think that was a full rotation under. Let me double check that. Yeah, okay. So this was like not a full centino. Let's see. I missed that on initial review. Let me take a look here. A full rotation or below the standard. It's gonna have to be a DQ. I'm very sorry. I missed this when I did my preview. So let me pull it up. I see this from time to time, but just rare enough. All right, so from here, from release, we got sling facing the sky and then the ground. Like how do I describe the flow of this? So from release, like it starts with the barrel facing the ground, but then the barrel faces the ground again, and then the sling falls flat, maybe. And then over here, we got the sling facing the ground. Okay, yeah. All right. My sincere apologies, Gavin. I'm going to have to send this back. I should have caught this earlier. I'll let you know. I'm going to move that back to my inbox. I'm very sorry about that. All right, let's check chat. I have finished red sling stuff, so let's see if I can pull it up. Sometimes glitches happen. Let me know your name. Yeah, it's not really, I don't know. The way it's done is like it can't, it's just weird, right? Because it can't hit the full, like take a look, right? Here's the real thing is that you can't hit a full centino on like the way you're doing it, right? Because release point happens on this side of the body. And the only way that's going to happen is with a certain amount of momentum. Otherwise, it doesn't clear the head, right? And when you look at your centino over here, you can actually see it if you look closely. The problem that I do is that I review on 2x speed, so I don't spoil myself on execution, right? But you can see right here, you're already across the body, and you've kind of done this side toss off to the side here, and you can't get away with that. You can even see it, right? Like right there, it intersects your face, and right there it intersects your face. So you can't really do a centino without doing that extra rotation. It's just not a crossplane, generally. Does that make sense? I don't know what it's called, but yeah. Liam Kablau. $27.90. Interesting. Okay, so this is interesting. Do I have you here? Oops. All right, so Liam, how are you submitting? Did you just submit through the normal like submission box? So here's what's going on. Sometimes this happens, and I've really been trying to figure out why it happens. So I don't have your name on my back end here. This is my grading submission form manager. But what I have here, if I search your name through the inbox, all right, let me go through. Okay, you should be able to see a little bit. Yeah, okay. So you see here it says new grading submission form entered. That's what you're used to seeing. I got your orange sling here. Typically, and this is the weird part, typically, and when I search for names, it'll pop up. So if I did like Gavin, right? Gavin's going to show every single one's going to have a drive uploader and a Drill Dojo file sent, right? But yours... Yours doesn't, and it kind of never has. So the first time you submit all these ones goes to like only the one uploader, but this second one, and I can click into it. The second one is auto filed away, and it's auto filed away because sometimes it includes addresses. So I can't use this email on stream, otherwise it like doxes people, right? So for some reason, I only got the second part of your upload, but not the first form. Do you know if you might have done anything that's a little bit different? So I downloaded the video. Let me see if it loads okay. All right, that's your video? I'll do a short preview off stream over here. Let me know in chat. So if you're using the normal way, just, I don't know, it happens with an instructor as well, who submits on behalf of his team. I have an exception written into my emails to, instead of auto-filing away one of those files, it makes an exception for it. So I can add your email address to that as well. But it didn't do it with the other 3 submissions that you had, which is the weird part. And it doesn't do it with every submission from the other instructor, which is weird. All right, this looks good to me. Let me check in with chat. Yeah. Did you do anything weird to submit it? Is there anything sort of like bookmarking the uploader instead of going through the website? Do you know? Yeah, I'll go through the rest of it, Gavin. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, I got you, because it's not your fault that something happened, but I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. It's literally like 1 in 100. Maybe even less than that. Like 1 in like 300. But if I can figure out why it happens, I can... Yeah, no idea. I just don't know why it happens, which is like the frustrating part. Let's go for it. All right, well, while I've got it here, Liam, make sure this shows up on screen okay. All right. This should pass. I think it looks like a pass, but... All right. I'm trying to solve this issue for like a year. If you ever get an idea, catch and go there. If you ever get an idea of like what went different, let me know. Because all of your submissions have like a little thing missing. Like one email is missing. It just, this one ended up being a different email missing. Anyway, all that's been good. The double side toss was a solid catch. The hell swoop was great. Hand pin's really sharp the whole way. Yep, you made that look easy. Okay, lost a hand pin. Good. Good. A little bend in the knees there. Okay, little secondary grab, kind of large secondary adjustment, I guess you would call it. Good. All right, and then let me go in one more time and just make sure it was 10. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. All right, let me go ahead and add you. I'll manually add you. Red sling. Qualified. On the 16th, February 16th. All right, well done. Let me add this over to, there we go. All right, and then moving backward. We'll take another look at Gavin's.
Rising sun, double X.
All right, so this is Gavin's part 2. That's solid. That's solid. Yep. You got those down. Oh, you got that down really well. That's also really good. You've got all these down really well. Little loss of balance. Maybe take a point off there. You definitely lose some on the hand pin there. So hand pin, where is it? It's a little bit loose all the way through. Definitely think about your hand pin more. And then as soon as you release, you kind of lose all pretense of that hand pin. That would have been worth 2 points there. Most of this was pretty good. Honestly, you're going to be pretty well set moving forward. And then just make sure you got a butt plate. I think I've looked at this really slow-mo before. It looks like you got a butt plate. You know, for weight purposes, make sure it's metal. I see there's like Andres Ryan part. So if that's an Andres Ryan butt plate, definitely needs to be metal. Something in there just for weight. But yeah, most of your tricks are pretty well good to go. We just need to get Santino picked up a little bit. Make sense? All right. Congratulations, Liam. Gavin, we'll get him next month for sure, for sure. It'll be mid-March. All right, Ryland. Ryland is doing a 10-year break. Pretty sure. Double check last score. Was an 86. So we're going to see if we can break 86. Right. I had to... Alright, give me a second. I had to download this. And then... Alright, is that showing up on stream okay? Good. This has been a big issue, and finally we get out of it with no penalty. Good. Good. Okay, a little low, a little off center, and a little off on the angle. Okay, large secondary adjustments after the conclusion of the trick. I'd say inefficient footwork as well. Definitely feels like that last step wasn't controlled. It felt like it was forced. Very nice. A lot of work been going into that one, I can tell. Very nice. I'm not taking any penalty for it, but watch that facial expression. And then what happened on this third one? Okay, just a little bit of like toes off the ground. Alright, you're going to take the penalty for rifle rotating off angle. Because this should be like Statue of Liberty catch, right? The way it rotates doesn't come in that way. I want to see exactly why. Sling forward. Sling should be backwards. Yeah, it rotates like half around. And then... Let me watch this very carefully. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm taking... Because we're very close. And I want to make sure we're taking the right penalty. Okay. Very technically, you release with the rifle backwards and then catch the rifle backwards. So that is not the right penalty to give. All right. Instead, you're only going to be taking the penalty of the rifle kind of like moving you around. And I'm between minor and moderate on that one. I don't think I have anything particularly set for it. It's a bit of a unique one. But I think kind of what I go off of is like, would a lightly experienced driller notice that's going to be a minor, But like, would anyone notice? That'll be a moderate, and that everyone would notice, like, the way it veers off. So, and we're gonna have to stick with the moderate there for the spirit of the system. Good. Good. Ryland, I think we did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of penalty. I know you've got your green sling locked and loaded as well, so I look forward to grading it on next month's stream. Definitely resubmit that. I'm going to get tenure erased. You'll keep your original qual date. That'll be important later. And I'll see you next month. You gotta wait. Unless it's a tech error on the back end, I don't review live because it just takes a lot of time to get a video and then review it for the 10 tricks and then make sure everything's good to go. And what I really don't like is like surprises. I don't like seeing something for the first time and then having to think about how to handle it. So it'll wait for the next stream. All right, Gabriel, you're up. Oh, is my grading? I might have moved my grading. Hold on. I'm very sorry about that. Rylands. This is your grading score here. Sorry. I forget that, like, OBS quirks. If I move this around, it moves the whole thing. All right, Gabriel, you're up. Okay, a little bit of an angle. Good. 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 Controlled step out. I'm going to give you the spontaneous commitment to power stance penalty. All right, you're going to take the double major for not holding. Three, good. Again, spontaneous commitment to power stance. All right, total loss of momentum there. That was good, I think. Just hand pin, very small moment, I could see through it. That was good. All right, this wasn't so bad other than just not knowing. Make sure you're clicking through these black dots here. So if you hover it over your mouse or click on it, sorry if you can't see it on stream, but there's little like informational bubbles that pop up next to single tomahawk, and if you hover over it, it'll say you will receive a 3-point penalty for each second the rifle is not held at the Statue of Liberty during the catch. So you get the 6 points because you didn't hold it at all, and I count the catch as the first second. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Gabriel was a good qualification, but I'm going to see you next stream to break tenure for sure. Work on green sling tricks while filming this next one, okay? All right, last maroon sling of the day is going to be Terry Shin. Terry, good luck. Pardon me, I'm a little bit sick. Okay, a little bit of the angle on the catch. All right, a little bit of a pace adjustment. I'm also going to take off on facial bearing. It was pretty distracting here. Make sure every time you spin, you're kind of like, yeah, you're puckering lips. Okay, so make sure you kind of control that facial bearing. Well, I'm not going to overdo it, but just facial bearing's a little all over the place. That was good OTH, though. Good. Footwork's a little inefficient there. You kind of like take a bunch of like little micro steps around. All right, just kind of lock in those. All right, so we got hand pin a little bit. We've got, I'm going to say that's a full step out. So you're going to see the major on full step out. We're kind of going to include all footwork in that because you take the step out twice and then the heels pop off the ground a bunch of times. So we're just going to put all that into a major. Okay, make sure you're hitting your end tricks there. Just for like the presentation of the performance, you know? Good. Hand pin is very loose though. So you're going to lose 1 point for the hand pin being open and 1 point for the hand pin kind of wobbling back and forth. Okay, hit the leg and lost momentum. You're going to lost full momentum, so you're going to take the full major on that. Good, no penalty. Very good. Little secondary adjustment. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like you had it, and then you like made some adjustments after the fact. I'm going to give you the full credit for not catching it by the sling, so just the 1 point for secondary adjustments. Okay. Yep, you're going to take the 2 points on the stutter step. Cool. All right, let's add this up. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Terry, congratulations. With a score of 82 out of 100, you have earned your maroon sling with tenure. All right, so that means you'll have to submit again to try and get above a 90, or wait until April. And then it'll automatically clear. But really, congratulations. Let's see here. This was third attempt, so I think you're on a good track here. Definitely want to see it again. Pay attention to that facial bearing. You make a lot of facial expressions as you move, so... But yeah, congratulations, Terry. That is a pass with tenure. And then that brings us to Francisco Perez, green sling. Palm spin. I'd have to see what you're doing. In general, the problem with palm spins is generally where the elbow is. So when you do OTH spins, and I'll pull it up here real quick. So if you do an OTH left-hand continuous spin, if you see here, the elbow is facing straight forward. But when you do a palm spin, let's see. When you do a palm spin, the elbow is actually like out to the side. Okay. So as you level from an OTH to a palm spin, your elbow is going to start facing the front and then move out to the side. That's super weird. That's generally what's kind of like happening. Austin what? Let's take a look and see if it glitched out. Drury. Alright, give me a second. If it's due to a glitch, I'll go through the process. And that looks to be the case. So February 16th was also the date the other guy had his thing. Alright, so your address is here, so I can't pull up anything of this email. Okay, so again, kind of the same deal is happening where, like, I'm not getting the first email. Maybe there was a glitch that happened on February 16th, because that's the same date the other guy submitted. Let me review this, and we'll try and get you involved here. So give me a second. Yeah, it could have been because YouTube went down just yesterday. So there's just been server issues across the board. I got the email that goes to the uploader, but I didn't get the email that goes to my backends on the Drill Dojo. So you know when you input your email address twice, it's for like 2 different purposes. And the one I did get has your full address, so that's the one I keep off of stream to make sure I don't accidentally dox people. Give me a second here. One, I'm counting your tricks off screen. Well, okay, well, yeah, I don't want any surprises. So, 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'Let me check that again. This should be 8. 8. 9. All right, this looks pretty good to go. Let me check one thing here. All right, cool. This should be good to go. All right, so let me line it up. All right, and then Austin Jury. Let's take a look. Okay. Heels off the ground on the throw. Stutter stepping on the catch. Catch angle's pretty good though. Good. Good hand pin. Strong structure there. All right, not bad. No penalty. It almost triggered an angle penalty, but it looked like it straightened itself out. Good. 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 Only thing that might be off here is tightness of the handpin on this side. But on the third one, no, I don't know. Not enough to trigger a penalty, but it looked like it might be a tad bit loose. So just something to think about. All right, just that little shuffle before the trick, that secondary adjustment. Good. Catch angle just a little bit off. Very solid. Good. Little spontaneous commitment. Well, it's an Ike. Hold on. Let me think about that. Because Ike's to give people the movement forward. That's technically forward. I'll give it to you. No penalty. I think that could be made to feel more intentional, though. So heads up there if you're adding it for a performance. Good. I like the classic J hook that goes like right over the shoulder. Very classic J hook. I love it. All right. Yeah, Austin, this is great. I'm glad you are here to let me know. Let me take a look to back. Well, no, because it doesn't show up on the back end when it does what it did. That's the problem. Yeah, there's like no way for me to know when it glitches like this. Austin. So I'm going to input you manually here. You're going to be maroon sling. Quald. The 16th. All right. Good to go. You're in there. Let's see. Gabriel, how did Gabriel do? He had tenure. All right. Francisco Perez, good luck. Oh, good. No penalty at all. Yeah, no penalty points. Solid, no penalty. Very good. Yeah, this is awesome. Good. This is excellent. All right, let me see if I can find anything wrong with it. Good. Yep. All right. If I was doing Hall of Fame, because that's going to be your next bet, You're going to want even this position to be straight up and down or straight vertical. Okay, commit to that angle. So when you do your Hall of Fame, because you should, this was ridiculous. Make sure that that angle is good. It's still considered part of it. There's a little adjustment here where you take this hand and you shuffle them together if you look very closely. That's considered a secondary adjustment. You'll lose a point there. Man, I'm very particular on the BTB catches, right? So like on if this was Hall of Fame, because Hall of Fame has no margin of error, that little kick up would knock it off Hall of Fame. I'd rather it be a little bit early and then kicked up into its like regular spot, like perfect spot, right? But like this is like I'm looking at it to make sure it shouldn't like this is Hall of Fame like close. So Francisco, you have my greatest compliments. An unofficial score of 100. Just not a Hall of Fame score of 100. Very well done. If you want to try for Hall of Fame, send me when you upload. Send me a follow-up email that says your upload is for at drilldojo@gmail.com. That's for Hall of Fame. Other than that, you're good to go. Francisco, congratulations. Very solid. All right, that's it for stream. If anyone else has any other videos they submitted that aren't showing up in my proper place, let me know. Happy to take a look at them. Okay, blue sling next month. Yeah, we'll get to do straightforward. That was really solid. It's one of the best green slings I've seen outside of an official straight up Hall of Fame. So it's very, very good. Well, all right. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next month. I'm hoping to do more streams that are a little bit more... Oh, we got to get another routine review stream up. So stay tuned. Check the banner. I'm going to do a routine review stream sometime before the competitive season gets crazy. Yeah, we're going to change that. So maybe by... Let's take a look here. All right, first of all, before we go off stream, I'm going to make sure that I update my notification bars. So the next qualification stream will be... let's aim for March 18th. Right in the middle of my spring break. So that'll be nice. Okay, and then let's see, the next team routine will be oh, yeah. March 4th. March 4th is sick. March 4th is National Drill Day. You know why? Because you March 4th. Submit YouTube links to drilldojo@gmail.com. If you guys want to get your team or solo, let's say just next routine review stream, any sort of routine review, submit them before March 4th. This is going to be a more blind thing where I just make sure that it's an actual routine. And yeah. Cool. March 18th is going to be the next qualification stream. March 4th is routine review stream. All right. I'll see you guys then. Till then, happy drilling.